Welcome to Unfiltered with Stevon and Britt. This is a safe space
helping you to freely think
and discover what you believe. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. All right, so let's introduce this new segment. It's called Timeline Takes.
Timeline Takes.
We introduced this on our TikTok where we're just going to kind of run through some of the trending topics of what's going on. So let's go ahead and get started. First story I want us to talk about and get a little commentary and hear what you think.
Yeah, tell me about it.
This week, something went viral. There are a group of monks, Buddhist monks, that are doing a walk for peace.
Shout out to the monks.
Yeah, shout out to the monks. But what went viral about it is this Christian man. Well, I think it was an entire church, but this guy went viral with his sign. He's pretty much protesting.
I don't even know where did he get the sign printed at? It was so much information. Like, who's reading all of that?
It's too much. Like,
come on, man.
So he had his sign, and he's pretty much stopping the monks from doing their peace walk. Peace walk. But I want us to watch the clip and then we can do a reaction. So let's go ahead and play for those who haven't seen exactly what went viral.
Let's do it.
He's the only way. Is he the only way? The only truth and the only life. It does matter. Your soul is on the line, right? Your soul is on the line.
We all walk and we are not talking about anything.
Your soul, you are. When you do your chant, your little ritual, you're spreading it.
Not your little ritual.
If you're
Not your little.
Then it's false peace. And I love you enough to tell you that.
False peace.
I love you and
Just making up stuff.
Monk to tell you that what you're doing is you're walking your way to hell, and I don't want that.
Oh my God.
No, it's not okay.
You're walking your way to hell.
No,
Amen.
God did. God did. Amen. God didn't make you for hell.
Okay.
Wow, what love is that?
We would
What you
love
say?
Exactly. We go to hell. We made that choice.
That's not your way. I want you to get on the right way.
Let
What I
us
do,
know.
if I didn't say anything, it'd be like you were in a burning house and I didn't say anything.
I love your message already.
I love you, and I'm gonna be
I
here
love you.
every
Share
Can we
that.
pause?
I mean, yeah, I'm getting
Let's pause
frustrated.
real
There's
quick.
so
Just
much going on.
Okay, let's just stop right here and we can come back into it. But bruh, first off, what is false peace?
I mean, what?
Like,
They always let
before we
put
get into the
false
meat
on
and potatoes, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I know y'all are used to us deconstructing certain things. We're still going to do that.
Yes.
But let's first deconstruct the bullshit in the news.
It's right
Like,
there.
what do you mean false peace? Like, what is false peace? I don't even understand that. Peace is peace.
It's just making up stuff, like kind of like when they be saying fake peace or fake free, and like, oh, like it's just because you don't understand it,
Right.
or just because it's not your style, you want to make it.
Well, they
false.
think that there's no peace outside of their God.
Context, yeah, their God.
They
Exactly.
believe there's no peace outside of Jesus,
Right.
which makes no sense. Like,
Right.
so before you found Jesus, did you have no peace?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, someone
Like,
will say, before I found him, I had no peace. I couldn't sleep. I had,
because what is
they'll
the
say
definition of peace? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, peace is independent of Jesus.
Right,
You get what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
independent of any religion. So to call someone their version of peace and what they're marching for false peace is
right.
absolutely ridiculous.
Bull
Then
crap.
we go into what did he say about you gonna walk your way right into
Right.
hell?
He's just saying cliches, and that's not even cliche. Just saying hot takes.
It's
to be honest.
judgment.
It's
It's straight up.
judgment.
It's judgment.
Judgment.
Meanwhile, you're literally doing the opposite of what Jesus charged Christians to do,
Right.
which is to love God and love their neighbor
Right.
as you love yourself. You clearly must not love yourself too
Right.
much if that's how you show love. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
weird.
Because you're sitting here, you're telling someone just because they're marching for world peace that they're going to march their way right into hell. Meanwhile, you're judging someone and you're creating this atmosphere of hell.
That's
Literally,
crazy.
like you're the one who I believe
You're creating
Jesus.
hell on earth
You literally
for this person.
and I believe that Jesus would condemn them to hell. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? With the
exactly.
way that they're obstructing, literally.
You're literally you're literally bothering their peace.
Literally.
Like they just walking. You see what they wearing? They just chilling. They wear the same thing every day. They chilling, bro. Like
not the same thing every
I'm
day.
saying like they are in their own peace. They ain't bothering nobody. So
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you came out there with your signs and I mean
That sign
wasting
is
time,
ridiculous.
super ridiculous. I
Yeah.
can't even read all of it.
Mm-mm.
And like you wasted your time at Kinko's, bro.
Yeah,
Like real
let's
talk.
play the rest and see what
So
what's
annoying.
happening.
Wish you well and happy and peace.
I want you to walk.
And
in
I
the truth.
understand your message.
I want you to walk. In the
And
truth.
we have our own journey. You
Okay.
have your own
And we're
journey.
gonna-
So let
I
us
look
walk
forward
on
to it.
each. Let us walk on each our own path. But at the end, we always come together. Okay?
Have no fellowship with the
Oh,
Please let him walk.
Man, Mary said it. Hey.
I'm not here to hate on you. I love you. I truly do. But I know right now you're walking your way to hell, but you don't realize it.
It's okay.
Walking your way to hell.
he said it's okay.
Like, leave them alone.
Okay, if you're not okay with it, then you take care of yourself. And we take care of ourselves.
Hey,
You
man.
worry about yourself.
Hey, I like that.
If that is your
That's the truth.
if that's what you want to do,
You can't be out here judging.
And you may not realize it, but you guys are deceiving people.
They love to do that. Well, you just see people with that thing taped on your back.
are you at peace?
I'm at peace with Christ.
Really? You have peace?
He said, really, you have peace?
Well, happy and peaceful, all right? May you be well, happy and peaceful.
That's crazy.
I think that's the end of it.
That's a little bit of it,
Yeah,
but I hadn't
that's
seen a
the
full
end.
clip. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Are you kidding me?
So I love that he,
That's crazy.
I mean, in a peaceful way, didn't back down, you know what I'm saying? In a
Right.
sense of like, so is this peace? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like what you're displaying of what peace comes from your God, from Jesus. Is this what you display as peace? You know, and even him dismissing the whole claims of hell and all of that. He's like, okay, if that's what you believe,
Right.
fine.
Well, maybe,
know what I'm saying?
And we'll see. But at the end of the day, like you're saying, you're blocking them. And he just said, let me walk.
Yeah.
And you still was in his way.
Yeah.
Like legit. He was asking, he's like, can we just walk? Like at the end of the day, here's the thing that I realized, even outside of the ridiculousness of this should have been on that show. But it's really the fact that it's not going to change anything right in the moment. Anyways, even if you are going to make some change, you feel like you're doing something. At the end of the day, people have to come to their own terms of whatever choice they want to make.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest gripe that I have with the Christian faith is like
Mhm.
trying to force people to make decisions, force people to like
Right.
make a decision right in the moment. And
Yeah.
you're probably gonna go home if they did make a decision to change up, be clapping and say, we did good work today. But you
Mhm.
actually did not do good work today. You just disturbed somebody's peace
Yeah.
instead of letting them walk in their peace.
Because if everything boils down to a choice, right? And they love screaming about free will
Right.
and all of that. Like if it all comes down to a choice, then you have to give that person the opportunity
Yeah.
to hear what you're saying and make a choice and a decision on whether they engage you and
Mhm.
entertain what you're saying.
Right.
And if not, and they choose to walk away, let them go, not stand in the way and literally disrupt what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I think that Christians love to scream about peace. I mean, about choice and free
Right.
will until it's time for other people who don't believe the same thing as you to enact their free will
Right.
and their choices.
Yes.
Now you want to make them be and do everything that you believe and
Right.
do, and you
Cookie
think that
cutter.
that's right and the only way.
Trying to make them the same. And that's not healthy. It's not helpful at
No.
all. It's super annoying. And even if you wanted to do what Jesus said, he literally told his apostles when he was talking to them about doing what you're supposed to, what you're actually
Mhm.
trying to do, homeboy. He said, if they don't receive your message, keep the dust off your feet.
Yes.
Keep it moving. But the
Yes.
fact of the matter is, you were literally even
Blocking.
positionally blocking them,
Mhm.
like as if they need to make a decision right now. And if they don't, I'm not moving. And you would call that like standing up for your faith, but that's literally standing in the way with your faith.
Mhm.
And it doesn't help nobody.
And look at the effect that it's having. Millions of people are now looking at it like this. See, that's why people don't mess with the church. That's why
Right.
people don't mess with Christians.
Exhibit A.
Because now this is the example, and y'all love saying y'all the light and the example, city set on the hill, all of that. And look
Mhm.
at what you betrayed. So much is happening in our world,
Right.
and especially in our country, in the United States. And so
Yes.
I don't want to skate past the story. I would be remiss, we would be remiss to not talk about it. So something happened major in our country is with the ICE agent, and it was Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah.
A young lady by the name of Renee Good. She was executed. She was
Right.
murdered by an ICE agent. So this is the image of the exact moment of what
Mhm.
happened to Renee Good in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Mhm.
She was executed and lost her life. So let's go ahead and talk about it. It's Renee Good was fatally shot in South Minneapolis, Minnesota on Portland Avenue between East 33rd and 34th Street, which a lot of people are saying was right up the street from where George Floyd was killed back
Mhm.
in 2020.
Yeah.
Man, the
Sad.
incident occurred in a residential neighborhood on January 7, 2026, during an immigration and customs enforcement ICE operation. And so what happened was, just to kind of like summarize this, from my understanding, she was in the middle of either turning her car around, or I'm not sure if the cars in the street were protesting, like pretty much in the way of, they weren't, because people
you see it.
in the images of what I've seen on video, there were cars that were able to pass, and she was directing cars, go ahead and go past, and the ICE vehicle pulls up, and I think she was trying to even wave them that they can go ahead and go past her. Mind you, she had just dropped off her 6-year-old child at school, and her partner was also with her. And ICE got out and was trying to open her door, and there were several agents surrounded by her vehicle. The one that was in front, he actually was videoing it. And we're not going to show the videos here because they are graphic and show the exact moments. So we won't do that. But they showed the moment where the agent pulled out his weapon and fired 3 shots in her face, completely executed her. And so it's such a sad story of what's going on. Now I want to add a little bit of nuance, because of we are Black people living in this country, and as Black people, we have warned against this level of violence by law. Let me be clear, ICE is not law enforcement.
Nope.
But from people of authority that work for the government, we have warned against this type of violence for so long, for years, forever. How long ago was Rodney King? 90s. You know what I'm saying? Where it was videoed and attacked.
Right. He was the equivalent of what a George Floyd was. In that time.
And so we've been, like, as a community, just warning against this level of injustice. And now it seems as if the nation is just now paying attention because it's a white woman. And we pay respects. Rest in peace to Renee Good. This is not a knock on her. She was an ally. But this is also showing how our country is just so, it does not affect them until it affects them. This entire, everything that's happened in our country, there's not outrage until it affects that person, that group of people. You know what I'm saying? And so as a white woman, now we're seeing outrage to the point where there was another ICE killing in, let me see, it was in Northridge, California, by the name of, there was a Black man by the name of Keith Porter, 43-year-old man. He was a father, cousin, nephew. And it says on what I was able to find online that let me see, he was killed on, that was New Year's Eve. He went outside to fire a weapon in celebration of entering to the new year, and an off-duty ICE agent that lived in the same complex stepped outside and had his weapon, his ICE issued, government issued weapon. He brought his weapon with him, went outside to confront him, and he claims that Keith had the weapon drawn towards him, whatever, and he fired at Keith and killed him. There's no evidence whatsoever to prove that Keith had the weapon drawn towards him, shot at him, anything like that. But now this father, this Black man, is gone.
What city was it in?
This was in Northridge, California.
Wow.
And what's crazy is that nobody heard about it. It was not a story.
I never heard about it.
It was not a story. It's just now coming out in light of what happened to Renee. People are like, what about this? What about this young man? You know? So, and
it's not like to downplay Renee's story. It's actually to culminate her story, right? To bring the stories together. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, honestly, what color, race, gender, whatever. At the end of the day, these are humans, right? We cannot just be having anybody just getting rid of them because of they have not even authority, essentially.
They don't.
It's just like they have a gun, they have a weapon,
not American citizens.
And they're starting to step outside of their jurisdiction. Just like any part of our government, whether it's FBI can only go so far in certain places, you know, DEA can only go so far in certain places, you know, cops can only they all have their different jurisdiction and where they can actually use their authority. And the fact that these guys are really just detainers, just
for immigrants only.
And the fact that this is not a detaining
illegal immigrants, right?
Or detainment type of situation. The fact that you're actually using a weapon to harm someone is egregious.
And so it really, the painting of the dichotomy of the two stories really just shows just how much America still doesn't care about people with the skin color that we have,
Yes.
Black people,
Mhm.
because the outrage didn't pour in until it was a white woman that was on
Yeah.
the other side of that gun.
Yeah.
Even though our community has been warning against this type of
Yes.
violence for
We've
so
been screaming about it.
long. And another thing I want to use to paint the imagery of just
Mhm.
the difference in the dichotomy is their GoFundMe's. Okay.
Mhm.
There are GoFundMe's for Renee,
Mhm.
also Keith, and now this is the shocker.
Mhm.
There was a GoFundMe started for the ICE officer
Are you serious?
that killed Renee.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
So I'm sure that was a MAGA Trump
That
supporter
is
who
weird.
started that. But I want to walk through the
Sad,
difference
man.
just to show you how different it is for each person. Let's start with Renee. Let's pop hers up. Renee's GoFundMe was a goal of $50K, and she is now at over $1.5 million
Wow.
in funding.
Mm.
Amen. Good,
That's awesome,
great,
yeah.
right? But at the same time, they had to pause donations. She had so many donations.
Wow.
So
At
now
least I can help her 6-year-old kid in the family.
she has 2 other teenagers as
Okay,
well.
that's
And so
good,
it's
that's
3
good.
kids that are left behind. Also her partner,
Wow.
spouse, her wife that is also left behind. So that will definitely help.
Right.
But this is the contrast. Now let's put up Keith and his family.
Mm.
Here is Keith's GoFundMe put up by his family. His goal was $250K raised
Wow.
to support his family now that he'll be gone and won't be able to do
Mm.
that himself. He's raised over 195K, or they have raised over
Right.
195K out of a 250K goal.
Mm.
This happened a week before. His tragedy happened a week before Renee's.
That's wild.
Now, last contrast. This is going to blow your mind.
Mhm.
All right. So the ICE officer, Jonathan Ross, let's go ahead and put his name out there.
Mhm.
He already has over 266K out of 300K. And there are, it's going viral right now on Threads and everywhere.
Wow.
People are protesting that GoFundMe take down his GoFundMe.
Right. Now,
Because
how long has
why?
this one been out?
I am not sure. I'll have to
Wow,
look at that.
That's crazy.
But I know it just got created this
Right.
week because
Wow.
it just everything just happened this
Yeah.
week. So it's just crazy to me that this person literally has more, right? He's raised more than Keith.
Right.
So has Renee,
Mhm.
right? But this guy is he's the villain.
He's the villain.
He is
Yeah.
the person who he did the crime. This should be a crime. He should be prosecuted.
Yeah.
He murdered this woman. She was not doing anything wrong. She didn't come at him. She didn't try to run him over. She didn't have a weapon charged
Right.
at him.
Exactly.
Anything like that. And he has more money raised than an actual victim who lost their life.
That's crazy.
Keith.
That's wild.
America is just
Like, I mean, you can see it.
yeah.
Just the difference.
You
Look at
could-
it right there. Look at
It's
that.
just crazy. I'm literally
79%. of
I'm
his gold.
flabbergasted.
Then he has 89% of his gold.
I'm flabbergasted at
Crazy.
like you can literally see it live in your face, just how just racist our country is. Straight up. That's just the words. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
It's fucking racist.
It's racism.
Anytime
all
that
day.
we will have people that will support a person who kills a person unjustly.
Right.
And these are mostly the Christians that are
Yeah.
supporting this person who did
Right.
this, who are supposed to be against killing, supposed to be against
I'm so
unaliving.
lost. I'm like messed up right now. Not because I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
You know, we got life going on, work, everything, and so sometimes you see stuff, you see it on your break, but you don't have as much time to stay connected to the stories. That's
Yeah.
why we're trying to do this here, so you can hear
Yeah.
it with us.
Mhm.
But the fact of the matter is that, are you kidding me? This guy didn't do anything to help her. He didn't help anybody. He actually harmed someone.
Oh no!
And now is hurting this family without their mom.
And when
right?
he unalived
Unalived,
her,
yeah.
he said he called her a bitch,
Damn, that's
fucking
crazy, man.
bitch, as she is driving unalived. She's no longer alive.
She's
Her
not
foot's still
conscious,
on the
right,
gas,
exactly.
and she crashed into a car pole.
Right.
He calls her that. In
It's-
her
it's
last
on the video,
and in
too,
her
yeah.
last words, she said, "It's okay. I'm not mad at you," or something like that.
Mm.
And then they pull the gun out. He unalives her, and that's the last thing. I got chills
Wow.
just thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Was
The-
somebody else in the car with her, like a family member?
her partner was on the other side videoing the ICE agents
In the
like
car?
coming around, no, outside of the vehicle, and saw the whole
Was
thing.
she like just at the school with the drop off?
They had just got done dropping off, and I think there was, because from what I'm understanding, also about Renee is she's a organizer that warns people in the neighborhood.
That's
ICE
why
is in the neighborhood. But
that's
I don't know
crazy.
that they knew that.
They probably do, because we just read some stuff about another brother in Michigan, and some detectives met him just because he made a comment on social media.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
you
like,
never know with
they
these. Like,
do know a lot of.
It's just
things.
so sad, and you know what else is worse, and what created
right
this atmosphere where I feel like people that are
like my arms are like,
it's so crazy. But I feel like people that are Trump supporters, MAGA supporters, the reason why they were able to get behind this Jonathan Ross, even though he committed a crime, he killed someone unjustly, even though they're Christians and they claim to be against murder and be for life, they were able to get behind him because of the tone in which our administration responded. So if we could put up the tweet from President Trump, I can't believe I just called him that, from Trump.
Yeah. Here it is.
Let's go ahead and read that. He said, I have just viewed the clip. This is right after it happened, by the way. He said, I have just viewed the clip of the event, which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is horrible. It's a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting.
Wait. Who's screaming?
He's talking about her partner who's
right
outside, who was saying different things to the ICE agents. And then he shifts to Renee, and he says that the woman driving the car, which was Renee, was very disorderly, obstructing, and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer. This is a blatant lie.
No, he didn't run him.
She never touched him. She didn't. The car wasn't even in the same direction. If you watch the video, her wheels were turned to the right because she's trying to escape. And if masked men are approaching your vehicle and they don't have any identification or anything like that, as a woman, I understand. I would pull off too.
Yeah, but look at this picture. It doesn't look like anybody ran over to me.
Yeah.
That's just the picture.
Literally not running over, but whatever. So let's go back to the tweet. Ran over the ICE officer who seemed to have shot her in self-defense. Self-defense of what, buddy? Driving away so she wouldn't get hurt? But anyway, based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive. He is alive. He thought that he got hit so hard that he wasn't alive. This man walked away from the transaction calling Renee a fucking bitch.
That's crazy.
So there's no way. This is the lies and the propaganda they spew because they know if they get out in front of it and say it, their followers, it's such a cult, they'll believe it.
Yeah.
So it says the situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left, blah, 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 blah.
I always want to blame it on the left and blame it on other people. How about we blame it on the person that actually did the harm?
Yeah.
That's weird, man. Like the fact that he can call her a bitch and he can be that angry and be able to shoot her on her way driving off means that he was not harmed.
It's just ridiculous.
There's no shots of him with any bruises. There's no shot, right? I thought I'd seen this. It's like
he literally walked away.
Nothing shows that he has any injury.
He gets in the car with other ICE agents and they drive off. First off, that is a crime. You just disrupted a crime scene.
Right.
Because you have to stay. If a crime happens, you stay on the scene. The people involved stay on the scene, So it's ridiculous. It's sad. Right, and I want to just say rest in peace to Renee.
Yeah.
Good.
We hold space for you.
We hold space for her, her family, her partner, her children.
Yes, for sure.
But also for Keith Porter and for other victims that are also have been victimized by ICE, by this government. We hold space for all of that for everyone. And if we'll put the link. How about this? We'll put the link to Keith. His GoFundMe for his family in the episode so that you can give and contribute
for them to meet the goal for his family
to finally meet and it would be so nice if Renee's family would donate because they are well beyond 50K. If they would donate a portion of that to complete Keith's, at least complete his GoFundMe.
Definitely.
That would be very nice. But if they don't, and if they don't know about it and they don't see it, let's all be a community, especially our people. Let's step up and let's make the difference. I want to switch gears a little bit because I know this is heavy. Let's go to our last segment, which we're introducing something new. It's called Lessons Unlearned. but this is just us going back to just talking through different things that we're currently unpacking, unlearning, and deconstructing within our own journey.
Yeah.
So I want us to kind of share a thing that we're deconstructing. I'll go first because mine will be very quick. We talked about this on live earlier when we went into our community on TikTok. And if you're not following us on TikTok, you should do that because we do a lot over there. But
There's some good work going on.
One of the things that I am currently unlearning is just the respectability politics of it all. Even unfiltering myself on this podcast, saying what I want to say on social media, even using curse words. Like, I am done being boxed in and told how a lady should talk, how a woman should move about throughout the world. I'm unlearning so many things as it comes to that. Just as a good Christian girl, you know, you're taught how to show up in a room, what you should say, how you should think, how you should be a wife, a sister, a daughter, you know, all of those things. And I am learning that I get to set the boundaries for what's acceptable for me. And so that's what I've been practicing, especially coming out of the holiday season. Love our family. They didn't do anything too wrong. We had a couple of, you know, little things we have to talk about. But at the end of the day, I recognize through that, oh, I am really gaining my voice. I am really learning how to set my boundaries, and people are respecting that, you know. And so that's something I'm unlearning, aside with also finding my voice, not just in being able to say what I want to say or how I want to say it or using curse words, but also singing my singing voice. If you follow me, oh my God, if you follow me on my personal page, you'll know that I launched a series called Finding My Voice. And it's because my talent of singing, I allowed it to just be so centered around worship leading and Jesus being the center of it. If I'm not singing worship songs, then I'm not singing. If I'm not writing from the Bible, then I'm not writing. And so when I started deconstructing, I couldn't separate that. It was so hard for me to separate. Wait, all my singing was just about that. So how do I start singing about something different? You know, and it should be something so simple, but it was so ingrained in me that it took a minute to, you know, just untangle that web. But now I'm undoing that. I'm unlearning that. I'm learning I can use my voice again and sing the songs I love, sing songs that mean something to me and make me feel good, you know, and just fall back in love with my voice again. And so, that's something that I'm unlearning right now. What about you?
I love that. Well, I wanted to stop and say I'm proud of you. That's a beautiful thing. I know what you've had to go through and behind the scenes, and we're not just talking about for a couple of months or whatever. I'm talking about for years. To like put your gift in the corner or put your gift on the shelf. And most of all, like you said, your voice. It wasn't just singing, it's just your voice in general, right? Because like moving into a room as a woman, even we've had that conversation in our marriage, and I love that you're taking your voice back, taking your power back, and I'm proud of you, baby.
Thanks, babe.
I'm so proud.
Thanks for helping and empowering me. You never made me feel pressure to like, no, you should be singing, or you know, you make music as well and want me to get on certain tracks and stuff. And you would, anytime I would tell you like, babe, I'm just not ready, you'd be like, okay, I respect it. Take your time, and I appreciate you for giving me the space to do that.
You're very welcome.
I love you.
Of course.
What about you,
too,
though?
baby?
What are you?
For me, I would say I am literally actively going through a process that I have been like a lot of times. I think when you guys hear us talk on live, see some content, or even on podcasts that we just happened today. It just came out of nowhere. But like, I have been processing this probably for like 2 years. And I now finally got some verbiage behind it, but I'm actually going through the process of like rethinking purpose. So for me, that's what I'm like unlearning right now, is like, what is the purpose of purpose? And in that, it's a lot to unpack. And just letting go of the pressure of purpose. Through the years, I've had many different, you know, things that I was able to do. And a lot of times our purpose is tied to what we do. And a lot of times, not even who we are, but what we actually do, the titles, our roles, our careers. And so for me, I was looking at some of the pictures I was cleaning up yesterday, and we looked at some old pictures from old phones and some pictures from boxes. I'm like, yo, look at me. I had that hairstyle. I had that job. I had that career. I'm like, how many lives did we live? You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I realized if that's something that I noticed and see even at my job, and somebody said to me like, man, you've done a lot of different things. I'm like, I have, you know, but inside of that, I had a lot of battle with my purpose, because I'm like, wait, I don't do that anymore. Or I'm moving from that to this. And a lot of you guys probably feel that same weight, like going from different jobs or going from different seasons of your life. Like some of you guys are, like empty nesters. Your kids are no longer there in your home. So now you're like, I don't even know what my purpose is. I'm not like, I'm a parent, but they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even know how to move forward. Certain marriages don't even know how to move forward now that the kids are out of the house, because you made your purpose for your marriage only about the kids.
Right.
And so now, and I get that. I understand that. I don't have any kids to be able to say like they're not in the home, but I've worked with several teenagers and youth in my, years of ministry and career to know what it feels like to let my little sixth graders go and grow up, or my seniors go to college and they're no longer there. So even as a youth pastor in the past, but for me, one of the biggest things was like me doing music. Like I know I've talked to you about it several times, even got a song that I'm working on right now called Dream Love. Just thinking about my process of that. I used to think, man, I can't do rap music and be a pastor back in the day when I was in that position.
Do you think that was because of like pressures that people put on you, or was that something that just internally, like?
I feel like it was internally, but at the same time, it was from people too. No one said it to me because I wasn't letting it out. I was writing music all the time. Before a lot of songs came out, I remember the first time I went to the studio with one of my friends that I met that was doing music. He's like, man, this is your first song? Like, really, you doing a collaboration? I'm like, yeah, bro. It's like, man, you sound like you got like been doing this for a while. You're pretty talented. I'm like, I have in secret. Like I wrote so many songs, probably like, I'll be honest, at least 50 to 100 songs just before I made my first song, because I'm like, they're not going to accept this. I started doing ministry at 12, young preacher. So I'm like, I got to pick. And no one actually said you had to pick, but it was at the same time. I used to hear people say, man, they won't let nobody rap in the church. So right there, back then, I'm like, oh, dang, I definitely can't do that here. It either has to be out there or I can't do it at all. Or I got to let go preaching or being a minister. I can't do both.
Yeah.
And so I tied a lot of my purpose to those titles. And when I was letting those things go, then I meant like I needed to let my purpose go. But when I realized purpose is not what you do, it's who you are. It's just the fact that like when I woke up this morning, I was living in purpose.
Yeah.
I was breathing. I'm living in purpose, right?
Yes.
It is just the essence of who we are.
Yes.
And so I'm going through that process, and I'm feeling so much free and more happy, you know what I'm saying?
Because
more
purpose is just living, once you untie purpose and take all the pressure off, because I think like we were talking about this, when people put that, oh, what's your life's purpose? Like that's too much pressure, like your whole life, like
wild.
It's too much. And then we put pressure on people to think you have to be an expert at one thing and that's your purpose. Like that's
stay there.
And your passion doesn't have to be your purpose. A lot of times they could feel that way and it could align, but you could be passionate about crocheting. Does that mean you're just, that's your purpose in life? You know what I'm saying? No. So it's like, let's lift the pressure off of that. And let's just only thing we need to worry about is just living a life full of wellness and enjoying the life that we have, because according to what we know, you only have one, so why not live it in its fullness, the full experience? And so that's your purpose. That's our purpose.
I love that. I mean, I feel like when you lift that pressure, that's when you will feel the peace. I really believe that. And that's what I've been experiencing. So I'm not just saying as a cliche, I'm saying it because I'm actually walking it out in my journey and on the path that I'm on right now.
I love that. I'm so happy for you because it's so major. And I hope that you guys are finding that as well. And with that being said, I want to just kind of share that we are working on some things to help in your deconstruction journey, because when we first started, we had, a podcast or two, some social media people we follow, but we didn't have like a community or a guide or anything like that. And we're not experts. As y'all know, we always say that, but we are a safe landing place, a safe space for you to process what you believe and discover all of that. So we're working on right now a journal or a guide that can help you. That can help you process. And it's actually titled after this segment, Lessons Unlearned, where you get to just walk through one idea at a time, what you're unpacking, what you're unlearning. And we want you guys to have that, as well as resources that we'll provide linked in our show notes that could be helpful to you on this deconstruction journey. Anything that you click to purchase, whatever, it supports the work that we
Yes,
do in providing
we
a safe
appreciate that.
space here for you guys and for our community.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just thank you guys so much for joining us
Yeah, it's
for
been fun.
another episode. We're so excited to be back.
So happy to be back.
Yeah.
We missed you guys.
We missed y'all, and this was episode 11. Let us know what you think. Leave us a review, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.